Hi, everyone. This is Yoga with Meryl Hayton. I'm a little new at doing some YouTube videos, so I'm working on the lighting and working on my setup and how I start. So I'm just going to come over to my mat here. So today and this week, my classes have been focusing on opening your heart in honor of Valentine's Day. Giving ourselves a little bit more love and sending that out into the world. So we will work on heart chakra meditation and doing some chest openers and upper back openers in a pretty gentle way. Okay, so hopefully you have some props. If not, you can pause the video and go get some like a large bath towel you can use, a large blanket, maybe some pillows, right? Something like that. We're going to start with 2 blocks. If you have yoga blocks, you see how I have them set up on my mat. One is flat down, and then one is at the second height. And then you'll take a bolster, or if you have some blankets, you can just lay the blankets over the blocks, right? And then you'll sit in front of it. You want to have fists distance just about between you and the bolster, so that when you lie back, your hips and low back are on your mat, right? And not on the bolster. So you're not like up off the floor. Okay, your legs can do what you want. Your feet can be on your mat with your knees bent to the ceiling, or maybe the knees come together. You can have your legs out straight, or soles of the feet together in what we call bound ankle pose, Baddha Konasana. And if this is tough on your hips, right, or your pelvis or inner thighs, you can have other blankets or blocks supporting your outer thighs. All right, and then the other thing that you want to be just to consider is, how does the back of your neck feel here? If you feel like you're very overextended, then you want to put a block or a blanket. I would do a narrow block, not a fat one like we have here underneath my bolster, or a blanket roll, just so that you're being able to lengthen the back of your neck a little bit and the chin points more to the ceiling, right? So the chin's not tucked in too much or extended back too much. And then you'll just relax here. And I'm going to sit up and just not do the pose with you, but guide you through a little meditation. All right, take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth, a big sigh. Come to closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And tune in here to your breath and your bodies. If you need to make some adjustments, now that you've been in that pose for a little bit, maybe you need to shift your body around and make some adjustments. In yoga, we breathe in and out through the nose in order to bring in an inner awareness and connect the base of our spine with the crown of our head. Nice smooth breath. Inhaling maybe 3 to 4 count. Same length for your exhales, maybe a little longer. So it's slow and it's smooth. So we have this subtle energy system called the chakra system, which means wheel. And it's like spinning vortexes of energy along our meridian from the base of our spine to the top of our head. There's 7 different points. The heart chakra is in the middle of the chest. That is in line with your heart. It does wrap around the whole body, to the back of the heart and the back of the chest. All right, so we're going to focus on opening that today. So imagine a green aura in that part of your body, bright green color. any bright green you want to bring in that resonates with you. If you have a lot of negative thoughts in your mind, specifically for the heart chakra, it would be loss or grief, right? Or feeling not good enough, right? Or unlovable. Or if you live a stagnant lifestyle, you don't get enough movement, this subtle energy system can kind of be shut down. It becomes deficient, and you want to keep it open and the energy flowing. You don't want to have too much of it, right? But you don't want to have too little. So this is hoping to open your heart chakra. Open yourselves up to love yourself and others a little bit more. So bring in love for yourself, right? You're creating this inner smile of love and appreciation for yourself. And you're filling up your body with this green aura, excuse me, and these loving thoughts, right, of appreciation. And you're sending that out to the people that are near you, people in your lives, and into the world. And now we bring in compassion. Compassion for yourselves. So wherever you are at today, physically, mentally, emotionally, just having compassion for yourself wherever you are at. Our lives all ebb and flow. There's good and bad. And just honor yourself wherever you are. And send this feeling of compassion out to people that are near you, in your lives, out to the world. And next, bringing in gratitude. So being grateful for who you have in your lives, being grateful for what you have in your lives. And not just on a general big scale, but the little things that happen, like someone smiling at you and opening the door somewhere, or someone, letting you pass on the highway. So being grateful for what and who you have. And also being grateful for your challenges. Because our challenges are what help us to grow and expand and evolve. Without them, we probably wouldn't. So be grateful for your challenges. Send this feeling out, right? Let it envelop your body and send it out of your body to share with the world and the people near you. Breathing deep here and slow. And lastly, bringing in forgiveness. So forgiving yourselves for maybe having the negative thoughts or berating yourself, or forgiving yourself for not learning the lessons. Right? Forgive yourself for thoughts you have about other people. So that you can move forward in life and not stay in the past. And let this forgiveness envelop your whole body. And send that out into the world, to the people near you. And then you can place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take a moment and set an intention for your practice. It's a positive thought, a mantra or affirmation maybe you're working on, or you want to send some love or good positive energy to someone that might need it. And take a deep breath in. Big exhale out. You can release your hands. So now I'm coming back to where you are, and you're going to bend your knees and plant your feet on the mat if they aren't already, and you're slowly going to start to sway your knees gently side to side, just waking up your hips and your low back. And then the next time you come over to the right, you're just going to press yourselves up. And remove your bolster. I'm just going to put it on my chair here. Blocks come to the top of your mat. I'll put mine here. And then I'm grabbing my yoga therapy balls. So if you don't have them, maybe you use a foam roller. If you have a foam roller, I have that up against my wall over there. Or you can just watch this until you purchase your own. I don't get any commissions from anywhere, but I have like a 5-pack of different size balls. This orange one is called the Soma kit or the Soma pack of yoga therapy balls. They come in different densities and different sizes so that you can do target massage. And I happen to have this other one from somewhere else, and they're the same density and size. So you want to have 2 that are the same. You don't have to buy the 5-pack. You can just buy 2 together. Yoga tune-up balls are popular. All right, so we're going to roll down our spine. So I'm just going to show you my mat. So you want one on either side of your spine. And we're going to start about here. This is like the base of your thoracic spine, right? So it's not the low back or down here. We're not doing that today, right? So it's from here up. So you want to have the balls behind you on the mat, and then you're just going to lie back, position yourself right. So there's one on either side of your spine, so not on the spine. You want to do the muscles, right? And then you're going to lie back. So you're arching your back over these balls, and then extend your arms up overhead. And just pause a moment. Right, and then I would bring your arms down at your sides. I think it's easier to do that. Lift your head, lift your hips, and then just roll forward a couple of inches so that the balls go up higher on your back. And then again, arch over the balls, extend your arms up overhead. Pause here a moment. And the same thing, sit up, and then lift your hips, move forward so that the balls go up your back. Now you can always pause this video and do this for a longer period of time. If you have a lot of tension in your back, you can definitely do this. You know, maybe you find that rolling side to side a little bit or lifting your hips up and moving around, you know, feels good. Just be gentle with yourself at first, right? And then work your way until the balls are as high as you can get them in your shoulder area. And then the same thing here, you can lift your hips and move about in the meat, right? On your muscles. So in between your shoulder blades and your spine, you're getting that meat in between there, right? And rolling. Right, you might get some adjustments in your spine, in your vertebra, right? We have a lot of tension sometimes in our shoulders and upper back, so you can roll around. And then I just grab them. Sometimes they get stuck in your shirt. Put them off to the side, out of the area so they're not going to be in your way, and lie on your back. Right, and then we're going to take a twist here. So bring your arms out to a T, palms will be face up. Right, you're going to lift your hips and move them over to the left side of your mat and place them down, and drop your knees over to the right. So your knees are in line with your hips just about, and your knees are stacked. Right, if you can't do the full twist, you can put blocks underneath your right knee, or maybe you do a block in between your knees. There's always lots of options. And if it's okay with your neck, you look to the left. Take a nice deep breath here. And then lift your knees center. Straighten yourselves out. Lift your hips now and bring them over to the right side of your mat and drop your knees to the left. You can gaze up or to the right. Relaxing here, take a nice deep breath. And lift your knees to center. Straighten yourselves out, and then you can hug your knees into your chest. Roll a little bit around on your low back, rocking side to side. Maybe you make some circles on the ceiling. You can go a few in one direction and then a few in the other direction. And then you make your way up to sitting. You can roll on your spine, forward and back, and sit up. Okay, so now we're going to come on to hands and knees. All right, so hands and knees. Can tuck your toes here, and we'll do some cat-cows. All right, so hands are underneath your shoulders unless your wrists or shoulders bother you. You can have them more forward. Right, knees are underneath your hips. And we'll do some cat-cow. So drop your belly, lift through your tailbone and the crown of your head. And then round here and straighten out your feet, press into the tops of your feet, tuck your chin. Inhale, arching, tuck your toes here. And exhale and round. Inhale, arch, and tuck your toes. And exhale and round. All right, so we're going to thread the needle. So you have a couple of options, right? So your right arm, you're going to reach up, okay? And then you're going to thread it underneath the left. If it's okay on your neck, you come down on the outside of your right shoulder. But if that doesn't work, then you put your head on a block. Right? There's really not a lot of pressure on my head. You want to keep your belly pulled in here, and I'm using my left hand for leverage so that I don't sink too much into my neck. Right? If you can do the full pose without the block, then you can play with extending your arm. You can walk it up overhead, with your palm on the ground. And then you can also do a half bind around your low back. All right, stay with what works on your body. And then you can press up, reach that right arm back up, and release. And then do the other side. Left arm, inhale, reach it up. And thread it underneath. Come down on the back of the left arm. Right, or you rest your head on the block if that's better. Just not dumping a lot of weight into your head or your neck. And then the right arm, right, you can extend overhead. Or you wrap it around your low back. Gently press up and reach that left arm up just to get an opening and release it down. So you're going to bring your big toes to touch and you're going to sit your hips to your heels in child's pose. Knees can be together or wide, right? Forehead to the mat or to a block. Right? Either a block or the mat. Arms are relaxed, letting your spine and low back lengthen. And slowly you're going to come up and you're going to slide yourselves forward onto your bellies. Lengthen your legs behind, pelvic tilt forward. You're on your forearms here, right? So elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your forearms are in front of you, extended palms are flat down. Lift your belly to your spine and feel a lengthening in your low back and your spine. Right? If there's any low back issues or restrictions, you can take a blanket and fold it underneath your pelvis and create a little bit of lift, right? If you fold a blanket about that thick and place it underneath, it will help to flatten out your back so that you're not dumping into it, right? And creating restriction. So one more breath here. Good, tuck your toes, and you're gonna lift up and sit back again in child's pose. All right, forehead to the mat or to a block. This time you are going to extend your arms far forward, keep your elbows down, bring your hands together to prayer, and then prayer comes over the back of your head. So you're getting a little bit more into opening up your shoulders and your upper back. Breathe into the back of your heart, expanding. Good, and release your hands, look forward, come up, and we can take our bolster, if you have a bolster or a couple of blankets, and we're going to do cobra pose using the bolster. So this is going to allow for more room in the low back. This is a little bit more advanced than if you had a blanket, like I said. You can do a blanket thin, so it would be much thinner than this. and try that out and see how that feels on your low back. So here I'm going to lie my pelvis, right, my hips and my pelvis right over this, extending, I'm close to the wall, I gotta move forward, extending my legs behind, pointing my feet. So this is helping to raise my chest up a little bit without having pressure on my hands, right? You can lift your knees and firm your thighs here, press into the tops of your feet, pelvic tilt forward, gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take a few breaths in and out through your nose. And then slowly, you're going to tuck your toes, press into your hands, and press up. You can move the bolster off. I'm going to put it up here. Move it off to the side. And we're going to sway our hips here back and forth. So knees are behind your hips and hands are in front of your shoulders. Right? And you're going to just inhale back. Exhale, drop the hips forward. Keep the head up looking forward, right? Not up and not hanging down. And sit back. And come forward. Shoulders are down. Inhale back. Exhale, coming forward. Good, one more time. Inhale back. Exhale, forward. Good. So here you have an option to come up to downward facing dog. All right, tuck your toes, lift your knees, and slowly start to lift your hips up. If this does not work on your hands, you can do this on a chair, which I'll show you, or you can stay on hands and knees and do cat-cow, or you can stay in child's pose. But if you want to still get a nice stretch with no pressure on your hands, you will put your hands on a seat and just step your legs back, right? There's no pressure on my hands here. My feet are flat though in this pose, because if you're up on your toes, then there's more weight in the upper body and your hands. Right? Sending your hips back, getting a nice stretch here. You can bend your knees, walk yourselves forward if you have the chair. You can hang in a forward fold here, right? Or if you don't have the chair, you're just hanging in a forward fold at the top of your mat. So I'll face you. So forward fold at the top of your mat. So if your knees need to be bent, that's fine. Just have them over your ankles in a forward fold. Come to a half lift here. So you're coming to a flat back. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Nice flat back. Anchor your fingertips somewhere into your shins. And you're lengthening from your tailbone through the crown of your head. And come back to a forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms out, and rise up to stand. Good. And release your arms out, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And turn here. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. You're going to step your right leg back. So if your hands don't comfortably reach the floor, use blocks. under each hand, framing out your foot. All right, we're going to bend and straighten the front leg. So lift your chest off of your thigh. So you have to engage your belly and your glutes. Right, and inhale with your knee bent 90 degrees over your ankle. Exhale, straighten. Straighten by rooting into your foot, not just straightening the knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, bend. As you exhale, ground down your back foot on an angle. Come to your fingertips, engage your core, slowly rise up, warrior one. Right, so 90-degree bend here. Right, if this bothers your knee, back off a little bit. You want your stance to be somewhat wide. Right, reaching your arms up here. Feel a lift in your chest. Good. Drop your arms behind you, clasp your hands, and drop your knuckles, lifting your chest and opening more. Good. And then plant your hands down. You're going to step your left leg back, either to downward dog. You can grab your chair and use your chair. Right. You can also do a couple of cat-cows. Right, and you can take a break in child's pose. That's up to you. Okay? And then step forward again. Come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to a half lift here, nice flat back. Exhale and fold. And inhale, bend your knees and slowly rise with a flat back all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up overhead. Good, and release your arms out. Hands to heart center. We'll do that on the other side. Right, inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, come to a forward fold, using your full breath. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. And exhale and fold. Plant your palms on either side of your feet. Step your left leg back. Right, fingertips are on the ground or on your blocks. Lift your chest off of your thigh. Right, we'll bend and straighten the front knee. So 90-degree bend here. You don't want to have the knee in front of the ankle. Inhale with it bent. And exhale, rooting into your foot to straighten the leg. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, and this time on your exhale, you'll flatten down your left foot on an angle. Come to your fingertips, engage your core, slowly stand, reaching your arms up overhead for warrior one here. All right, lifting your chest here, and then we'll do the interlace again behind our back. Drop your knuckles down behind you, opening your chest. Good, release. Plant your hands on your blocks or the floor and step your right leg back, right? Either to downward dog, child's pose, right? Or cat-cow, or use your chair for your downward dog. Do a couple of cat-cows. And then bring your knees down and we'll rest in a child's pose. I just need a sip of water while you're resting. So you're slowly going to come up, and we're going to do a deeper restorative back bend. Same way that we did the blocks before, except this time you're literally going to lay or lie over the blocks. All right. If this is too hard for you, you can take a thin blanket, and just put it over the blocks and make it a little bit more comfortable, but you'll get a bigger opening here. If you're really back bendy and you want to do a higher level, you can do a higher level up here, and then the other block can be at the highest level like that too, right? Otherwise, so find where the block is, and you want to have the block from the tips of your shoulder blades up higher, right? So it's not in your middle back or your low back, right? So it's going to be up here, right? Or you can do it down the spine that way, all right? And again, just like you were laying over the balls, you want to do that. Put the block down and then lie over it. And then the other one is at the base of your skull. So again, the neck is long, not overextended, and the chin isn't tucked in too much. Your legs, again, can do what you want. Right? You can have soles of the feet on your mat and the knees up. You can do soles of the feet together and the knees out, or legs straight. Right? I'm going to bend my knees and have my feet on my mat. So you're just going to stay here. You can close your eyes and just relax. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. 3 to 4 count. Relaxing your body. And letting your chest open. Maybe coming back to your intention here. Or coming back to all of those feelings of opening your heart, of love, compassion, gratitude, and forgiveness. Slowly, you're going to roll over to one side and press yourselves up maybe halfway. Remove your blocks. And then we're going to lie back into Shavasana. So if you want, you can do a few different things with your legs. You can take blocks and place them under your knees and just relax. right, your legs over the blocks. If you have a blanket, you can take a blanket and roll it and place it under your neck, right? You can have the bolster under your knees if you want to do that, right? Whatever's going to feel comfortable for you to just relax. All right. Rest your arms down at your sides. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale out. Relax the muscles around your eyes and in your jaw. You are welcome to stay in a longer Shavasana and just let the video run out. Or you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe move your mouth and swallow. Bend your knees. Move your props away. Just plant your feet on your mat. And then you're gently going to draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug here. Rocking a little bit side to side. And then roll over to one side. Pause a moment in the fetal position. You can cradle your head in your arms. And then gently press up. Pressing up. And come to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed, hands in prayer at the center of your heart space. Take a moment, connect with yourselves again, connect with your heart again. Come back to your intention if you set one. I thank you so much for coming and sharing this practice with me. It was my honor to help guide you today. Let's close class and seal it in and join us together with chanting Om. You can either listen or join in. So take a deep breath. Gazing with your eyes into your heart, and from your heart into your eyes, with loving kindness, I wish you a good day. Namaste. So thank you so much for tuning in. Just so you know, I'm trying to do a weekly share, so tune in for more. My practices tend to center around being gentle and kind to ourselves, and helping you to release tension and to focus on using a lot of props and giving you a lot of options if you have injuries and or limitations. I am doing a 8-week program coming up starting March 4th. It's an online program, so you can follow it from home. And all the weeks will be recorded if you cannot show up, so you'll have them for life. You can tune into my website at merylhayton.com and go to events and workshops, and there's a drop-down menu that will bring you to online programs. And there's a whole description of the program there. It helps you to release chronic pain and tension in your body, as well as stress and overwhelm in your life, releasing feelings of unworthiness, helping to love yourself more, so that you can remove stuck energy in your body and maybe shift your life a little bit from being the same or boring or stagnant or dull or low energy to more energy, a more fulfilling life, maybe finding some purpose or passion that you've lost, right? And helping you to move forward in life. I am also a transformational life coach and do life coaching through Zoom. If you're interested in that, you can also reach out to me through my website. Subscribing there gets you a free video on EFT tapping which there's a whole explanation there of what that is, and it helps you to shift unworthy feelings and feeling inadequate. So that's something that you get for free. It's about a 20-minute video. You can follow me on Facebook under Meryl Hayton, and my business page is Meryl Hayton Transformational Life Coach. This is Sammy, if you haven't met her already. She likes to be a part of the fun. I think that's all I have for you today. My website, you're already on my YouTube video. Oh, I do have a podcast that you can listen to on Spotify. It's called Empowering You. I have a private Facebook group that is also Empowering You. So I'm sticking with the same title because that's why I'm here, to empower you to feel better in your bodies and to feel better in your minds. So I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.